Hey there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast, the terrifyingly fun show where Jack and I talk about Tales from the Crypt and all sorts of other bullshit. So, how you doing, buddy, man? It's been a couple weeks.
I'm doing good, man. Just having a good time, and yeah, it has been a very fun couple of weeks. Been filming, Static, and we're supposed to film this weekend, but if somehow we cut out, it's because of the weather. We had to cancel shoot all weekend. It's like I sent you the picture earlier, man. It's looking very, very, very rough.
Tornado-y, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, tornado.
I'm assuming we can go ahead and tell the listeners also that kind of explains the shitty audio and the headphones.
Absolutely, yes, that is absolutely right. It is the weather, not me, everyone. But thank you for coming in, everyone. By the way, you can get this shirt as well as many other shirts from our TeePublic store, as we get that one too, and you can get that banner right behind Justin. Right
yes,
right up there.
Right. Please purchase a banner of our show to have behind you. You do your stuff. We'd love it.
Yeah. But no, man, you know what? It's been an exciting week. In movies, they had the new Mortal Kombat come out. We're not going to talk spoilers, but I thought it was pretty good, and I look forward to the 3 more films they want to make. I think they led it into a good area to where they can get more funding and CGI could be better and all that stuff. So I'm excited. It's with films and everything else, we got more films planned, fundraisers, and I have been itching to give stuff away. So Justin's bearing with me right now. It's like I get new shit in, and it's like I want to give it away. And just to tease people
give it away now.
about give it away now. Just to tease people there. But anyway, Justin, how was your 2 weeks?
It's been interesting, to say the least. I got my second COVID shot, so I had a few days of not feeling so well. But other than that, I'm pretty normal week, I guess, for me. My daughter turned 10. We went and played some video games and had fun, and that was it. Yeah.
Speaking of daughters, we celebrated my daughter's birthday last weekend, and so we kind of had a big birthday celebration. But anyways, so what are we here for tonight?
We are here to talk about Tales from the Crypt, and we have a special guest this week. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and catch up on these comments. So we got those wiped out and cleaned up first. So here we go. We got Sam chiming in. Sup? Hey, Sam, how's it going, buddy? Holy shit, Jack is back. Unfortunately. And Justin Cooper, what's up, fellas? Hey, Cooper, how you doing, buddy?
Coop?
Yeah. Oh, God, you guys got to go check him out, the Epic Tales from the Sewers podcast, if you like the Ninja Turtles. Cooper's fucking awesome. David's here. One of my horror series is the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Some of the people who worked on or appeared on the series also worked on Tales from the Crypt, like Kevin Yeager, who designed the Crypt Keeper, also designed Freddy's makeup for parts 2 through 4. Yeager's obviously like one of the top of the line best makeup artists of all time, period. Sam Knight, I don't want that shirt. It's used.
Come get it. I'll put some special juices in it.
Does it mean I'm turning 10 every time we play Dead by Daylight? Maybe.
It depends on what character you play as. If you play as, a 13 or 15-year-olds, 17-year-olds, I'm sorry, 18-year-olds. I'm just gonna stop while I'm ahead.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea. So, anyways, let's go ahead, introduce our guest for this week. A friend of mine now, Barry Kowalski from the Stalk podcast. Hey, Barry, how's it going, buddy?
I'm very well, thank you. Glad to be here. Popping my video YouTube cherry, in fact. It's
that's what I like.
It's quite appropriate, actually. We're talking about Tales from the Crypt because I actually feel like I look like the Crypt Keeper right now. It's actually 4:05 in the morning here, so I'm probably not quite as alive as you guys at the moment. But excited to be here and that. And Tales from the Crypt, one of my all-time favorite TV shows.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Actually, the first question we always have to ask somebody when they come on is, what got you into Tales from the Crypt?
Well, I was 7 years old when the show first aired, and I remember I used to sneak down at night. I was honestly like Sam Fisher and Solid Snake, sneaking down them stairs to watch this show. My mum would not allow me to watch horror shows or horror films, and the opening, the intro, Danny Elfman's music, just the opening, and it just gripped me. And I've always had a love for anthologies, everything from Alfred Hitchcock Presents, The Twilight Zone. And what I love about Tales from the Crypt is these morality tales. You know, karma always comes back to get you, and fantastic show. But I used to read the EC comics as well. I've got a great aunt that lives in New York, and she used to send a lot of these comics over to my grandmother, and I used to hold myself up in my nan's room reading these comic books. And since then, I think that's where my love for anthologies really come from.
That's actually a really, really cool story, dude. I love the idea of you actually being somebody who's actually like really got into the comic books too. May I go ahead and ask, did you get a chance to read the comic book for this episode this week?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes. Oh, we're gonna have fun then for sure. So, anyways, what can you tell us about what you do with Stalk?
Okay, I've got my own YouTube channel. It's been going about 10 and a half months now. It's called, Stalk, completely devoted to horror. Just really kind of trying to cover as many subgenres and decades of horror, everything from golden age slasher movies. Recently did a podcast on 1960s Psycho, which I really deem to be kind of the granddaddy of contemporary horror films.
I agree.
Yeah, I think what Psycho did was, obviously the majority of horror before Psycho was really focused monster movies and aliens, and what Psycho did was show us that the human psyche is every bit as scary as the monsters out there. And Scream as well. That's another film that I actually did a podcast on a little while ago. That obviously brought slashers back for the 90s, very much a love letter to the subgenre.
Now, Barry, I have a question. You did Scream. Okay, just shut the fuck up, Justin. Shut up. Anyways, I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the along with Scream. I am obsessed with the low budget.
If Scream had a dick, Jack would have it like all the way down its throat.
For the record, I did own Scream, the XXX Axel Braun parody.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was in. Dude, I'm hardcore. I'm hardcore.
But yeah, I love the original Halloween '78. Obviously, it was really the commercial success of that, wasn't it, that really helped to popularize the subgenre, kickstart it. Black Christmas. Just trying to cover as I'm churning out about 3 or 4 podcasts a week at the moment. Absolutely love doing it. People for years have been telling me I should be doing film reviews, podcasting, blah blah. And while I love the whole talking thing, I'm not the most tech savvy of people, as you know, Justin. So I've needed a lot of help along the way with the whole setup of it. And but I do genuinely love doing it. I've been going about 10 and a half months now, I think.
Well, congratulations, bro. Just to get into it, like that's one. It takes guts to even put yourself out there, and only 10 months, and you're doing 2, 3, 4 a week, bro. That's
I've reached out to a lot of people. I think I'm on over 300 subs now. That's taken a lot of promotion, a lot of reaching out, and I just appreciate I just appreciate all the feedback I've had and appreciate all the support, and that really does mean a lot.
Well, dude, congratulations! Like straight up, like that, to get that popular, and just starting out, that's great, dude. Like, congrats. And by the way, what I was asking, do you like the low budget and spin-offs, or should I say like copycat Scream movies like Urban Legend? Do you want to know Secret? All those types of films?
Yeah, that one. Urban Legend's kind of fun for what it is. I see what it was trying to do. It was kind of like putting a kind of unique spin on the slasher formula, but it's like with Halloween, so many films followed in its footsteps, and because Scream was this big commercial success, it's easy to see why so many slasher films were being churned out after then. Some of them are okay. Some of them are okay in that, but I think Scream was a step forward. Whereas obviously films like I Know What We Did Last Summer, which came after, was very much kind of in the mold of an 80s slasher film, kind of taking a step back again. But yeah, Valentine, Cherry Falls, all that. And I mean, one of my all-time favourites, and I think a lot of people, this is certainly one that does have a big fan base, and that's My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, yeah. The remake wasn't that bad. I mean,
I thought it was okay.
If you've seen the original, you knew what was coming, but to give new fans, a new perspective and a new, audience, I thought it was very well. Now, before we go on to
Jack also said the same thing about the latest Black Christmas, though, too.
Oh God, yeah. I refuse to watch the 2019 one.
Okay, first off, all right, look, I like horror. Okay, at least I didn't say the guy that died in real life. Say from Jack Frost. Oh, Jack must have really got him. When the guy died in an avalanche, asshole. But okay, so one more question before we go on to Tales from the Crypt. You're talking about Halloween. What films after that was inspired by that is like your worst? Like that, that followed that trope. Which one would be considered the worst?
One of the worst of its kind. Okay, right. I wouldn't say exactly bottom of the barrel, but one that Slaughter High, released in '86, which is very much its original title was April Fool's Day, but Paramount had actually acquired the rights to that name. Slaughter High, as I'm sure a lot of people know, was actually a British slasher movie presenting itself to be an American one. It's really cheesy. It's a complete cheese fest. With the majority of the actors in the film were actually British, putting on really bad American accents and all that. But again, I wouldn't say it's quite bottom of the barrel, but it's quite low down there, certainly compared to the likes of My Bloody Valentine and The Prowler. And Terror Train's another favourite. I do like Terror Train.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same film of Halloween, but on a damn train.
Yeah, that's essentially what they were going for. But I like the whole idea of that film, a killer actually going from costume to costume. And, the whole claustrophobic aspect of it being set on a train, which to me really made it kind of stand out from so many other slasher movies.
Wow. Man, we could go on and on about this.
Our podcast here.
Dude, I'm in. If you ever need a guest, by the way, this dude knows I won't shut the fuck up about him. So, anyway, Justin, let's go into this episode of Tales.
Well, hold on. Before we go there, let's go ahead and catch up on some of these comments real quick.
Oh, okay.
So, because they're coming in pretty quick. So we got David. There's a horror TV anthology movie that's very similar to Tales from the Crypt called Twist of Terror. Jennifer Rubin, who appeared in the episode, was also in the movie. Yeah, she was. But, see, now I don't have to mention that when I go and talk about our IMDb page.
So Barry. Yeah. Well, hold on, Barry. By the way, every time David comments, we call him the Google of Tales from the Podcast. So if you have a drink by you and you want to get a little pissed this morning,
non-alcohol, but yeah.
When he chats and we pop it up, it's your cue to drink.
Okay.
So, Steve Merlot, I'm sure, I believe you know him too, Barry, right? Steve?
I do. Been Facebook friends for a little while now. I think a few weeks. Yeah.
He's a pretty cool guy. He's been on the show as well, doing his Sawyer film movie, the Texas Chainsaw fan film, which is going to be pretty cool. We got David chiming in. Black Christmas is a classic.
Agreed with that 100%. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, here's Merlot again. Great to finally see Barry's face. Heard your voice so much, but it's great to put a face to the voice. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
So he messages you the same way, obviously.
Yeah.
He messaged me not realizing who I was and was promoting his film. I'm like, dude, like I just talked to you last night.
Yeah. Well, it's because you wear makeup in your picture, so he probably thought you were a young woman, and he was like, well, maybe this Louisiana Cajun girl might want to, go ahead and see my movie.
I guess sending dick pics the first message wasn't the thing to do, so I apologize.
I didn't hear any complaints, so
just reading that there. Fan made, yeah, that looks really good. By the way, I checked out the trailer for that the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it does look good. Really? Yeah, it does look really cool.
They've perfectly captured the spirit of the original, better than that 2006 rubbish we got. Right. I do apologize if anyone out there does like it. Each their own. But yeah, I didn't care for that.
We got a question from Barry right away too.
I love Giallo. Everything from Deep Red, Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Torso. I love the works of Argento, Sergio Martino, Mario. Blood and Black Lace, 1964 is probably my all-time favorite Giallo.
Well, dear God, now we know why you are doing a podcast. Like, literally, we know. And for the record, I watched my first Giallo film this week, and I tagged Justin and Ron in it because they've been hounding me, man. And I watched Deep Red. I was very, very, very impressed. Very impressed.
Told you.
Great score by Goblin. Love the music they did for Suspiria and Tenebrae as well. Yeah.
Suspiria, that was my ringtone for probably like 3 years.
Yeah. My favorite Argento film, actually. I think Suspiria, closely followed by Deep Red.
Right. So we also got David chime in. There's a TV movie that is sort of a spoof of the slasher movie.
Yes.
Scream If You Know What You Did Last Friday the 13th. Yes. I actually prefer that to Scream. But that's for a different show.
You mean Scary Movie? Movie?
No, I mean Scream. So
really?
What? I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. So
I'll see
you later.
You know what? Because of that comment.
Well, hey, guess what? We're going to have a fun show finally. No, damn, here he is. So here's Sam. Hell yes, Yellow is my favorite. Yes, he's obviously talking. Yeah, he's actually a vet, so I think he has a personal connection with that one right there. Ron asks if you've seen Twitch at the Death Nerve.
Yes, otherwise known as Bay of Blood, Mario Bava. Yes, great film. In a way, kind of set the blueprint for campsite slashers to follow. Friday the 13th Part 2 actually took 2 of its death scenes and actually utilized it for its own film.
Really?
Impalement, in which Jason puts the spear through 2 of them, was right out of Bay of Blood. Twitch a Death Nerve.
No, you have no idea what you could just be opening up with Ron talking about Friday the 13th in general. Too.
I love too. I'm obsessed too. I mean I don't talk about it much, but I do love. I am quite obsessed with them, and I really hope the lawsuit and everything else that's going through for the rights gets handled. We need another one, man. Like we need a continuation, not a new revamp, not a found footage one like they wanted. We need a continuation, Jason 11, not, that's what we need. We don't need a reboot. We want Kane Hodder.
What did you think to the 2009 remake?
I thought the remake was okay, and I think it was rushed. They literally combined part 1 and 2 together, and they made it more like obviously updated, but it kind of made sense on how Jason knew everything where they were always at. I like that part, but I feel that, if you're going to do a remake, you want to include Kane somehow. Even though he did it, he was actually probably one of the minimalist Jasons, but he was the most memorable to all of us. I wish they would have just continued with him. And if they do a new one and it gets all resolved, they got to bring him back, man. Not none of this Jason versus blah, blah, blah. Friday 13th, part 11. Let's go. We'll forget that, Freddy versus Jason happened.
Yeah.
I just want to see them remake Manhattan. That's all I want to see.
Oh, it actually takes place in Manhattan.
It shouldn't even be called Jason. It should be called Jason Takes a Cruise. Because it's like he only gets to Manhattan. What is it? The last 20 minutes of the film, I think.
I'd say 15. You know what? I'll Google it while we're talking. Like, how long was he actually in Manhattan? I think it's like 13 minutes.
It was the film's big selling point, though, wasn't it? It was like the selling point, and
dude, all those people he could have killed. They could have ran with that. Like, they literally could have ran with it, but no, the biggest con, other than having the mask of Michael Myers in part 4 and 5 on the cover. That's the biggest con ever. Horror films. So
we got Chuck Nasty down here as well. Hey guys, how's it going? He says Italian gore is the best. Fulci lives.
Yep.
He's a huge Fulci fan. And Ron says, yep, I'm subscribing to this guy. What's the link? And I went ahead and posted the links for your Spotify as well as your YouTube and all of the chat for everybody to check out. Yes. And we got David chiming in. I read that Friday the 13th part 2, Jason was originally not supposed to be the bad guy of the series. And Ron says, the remake of Friday the 13th was the best of the shit remakes of that time period. I'm not sure if that's a compliment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of the shit ones.
Do you know what I liked about the 2009? Right, I wasn't a big fan. I didn't mind it. I thought Derek Mears did a great job as Jason. I don't know. Just that kind of like towering presence he had, and the fact that Jason is kind of back to running. This was kind of like getting rid of the zombie Jason.
Yeah.
I thought Derek Mears did because he was also in Hills Have Eyes too, wasn't he? He was actually one of the lead villains in that.
Wait, say that again?
Derek Mears, who played Jason, was actually in Hills Have Eyes too as well, wasn't he? He was like the chameleon-esque. I don't know what term you'd use,
I'm really not sure of the term. I'm not good at figuring out terms to use when describing people. So So anyway, we got a let's see. David also chiming in. Speaking of Jack Frost, Shannon Elizabeth plays a character named Jill. And if you ever seen that movie Tomcats, that also stars Shannon Elizabeth there and also named Jill. Oh, interesting. We got Ron. I've subscribed to both. He says, I'm so invested in this, and it's not because Joe Bob is showing Audition, and I cannot watch that movie. I thought Audition was a good movie, too.
I haven't seen
the Japanese movie?
Oh, who did it? Ron will probably get it up before I even go and say anything, but I'm not sure. Audition and 1999.
Yeah, that's it.
Takashi
Miike. Yeah.
Yes.
Good film.
Yes, definitely. So, anyways, we are here to talk about Tales from the Crypt. So I guess we're going. I know. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, I know. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So this is from season 4, episode 5. Beauty Rest. This originally aired July 11th of 1992. I was 4. I'm just gonna throw that out there, guys. I was 4 years old.
What age? 1992. I was 7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound like the old man now, but I was 10.
Oh, look at you, show off.
Yeah, I was 10 years old.
Wait a one up us. We won't have you on here again. How dare you? His first and last appearance.
Yeah, right. Whatever. And this was based off of the Vault of Horror issue 35 comic book. So this right here was written by Stephen Hopkins, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Predator 2, Lost in Space, The Reaping. A lot of these people, let's just be honest, especially when it comes to people who are direct and write for Tales from the Crypt, we get a lot of repeats in there. So a lot of these people we've already talked about many times, especially the writer of this right here. The writer of this episode did like 5 episodes. Donald Longtooth, who was actually Terry Black, who did a bunch of like 18-wheeler stuff like video games and the 18 Wheels of Justice, which I never watched. I don't know anything really about it, to be honest with you. I will say though, as for somebody who's adapting some of these comic books over to film, I don't think he did a bad job. We got Mimi Rogers, and this is Helen. Hear No Evil. She was in Austin Powers, Lost in Space, Ginger Snaps, Penny Dreadful. We also got Jennifer Rubin as Drusilla. She was in Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Little Witches, The Doors, Crush, Screamers. Kathy Ireland's in this as Joyce. Alien from LA, Loaded Weapon, Necessary Roughness. Everybody knows who she is, to be honest. I think she's more famous for like commercials and shit anyway. Like I don't know like how famous some of these people are. Like I don't know like their endorsement specials that they might have had in other countries though. So I don't know if they're as famous where you are, Barry.
Yeah, Jennifer, she's one of them. I think she's one of them actresses a lot of people recognize, but they probably wouldn't know her name. Unless you're like a big horror fan, maybe. Because as you say, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is what I always think of when I see her. She plays Taryn, doesn't she?
Yes, Taryn.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also got Buck Henry in this as George. He was in Grumpy Old Men, Catch 22, but he also did a lot of writing, which I found was interesting. He was one of the main writers for Get Smart, which is I thought was actually pretty cool. He also did work with Hitchcock Presents and Town and Country. So, pretty interesting career he had. We got Robert Trevor as Archie. I'm not gonna even lie about it, dude. I was so excited once I got to see him again on this. I completely forgot he was in this episode. As Jack can sit there and attest for it too. Like I am a huge Hercules and Xena fan.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
And just seeing this guy in there is like, oh shit, this is fucking great. I absolutely love this. But we also got Anders Hove. Dude's main part of his career is like he's been in General Hospital for fucking ever. I don't really know a lot of the stuff that he's done. He's done a lot of foreign films, but he was in Critters 4 as well, which I do like the Critters films. And we got Michael Wiseman in this as well. He was in Planet of the Apes, the really, really bad Wicker Man movie.
Oh God, Nicolas Cage. Yeah. The bees. Yeah. Oh God.
Hey, don't knock the Cage, dude. His new movie.
He's a guilty pleasure. I love Cage. He's just nobody does overacting as well as Nicolas Cage. I love him.
I don't know. I'll be honest. His best movie is probably Mom and Dad. And then, and then it's National Treasure.
Yeah. A lot of people forget. He's an Oscar winner. He got an Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas in '95, but kind of like so long ago. Yeah, he's an Oscar winner.
Somebody just gave him one.
Comedy.
Yeah, it's hard to believe at times. I know, but that was the best performance of his career. But that was over 20 years ago. I know that he's heavily in debt, isn't he? He basically just takes on any film role that comes his way because he actually owes millions. He spends more than he earns, and that's one of the things can't be choosing. He literally just takes any film role that comes his way.
Yeah, I kind of stopped following anything with him. His life seemed to get crazy a long time ago, and it's like, I don't have the patience to keep up with what this guy is doing. But yeah, so that pretty much takes care as far as like a lot of the cast and who actually did this episode. But anyways, our lovely co-host here, Jackie Poo, is going to go ahead and walk us through this episode. So take it away, Jack.
Well, for a little bit of quick facts, Jason was in Manhattan for a average of 34 minutes of the movie.
Okay, that's a third of the running time, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's longer than I thought, actually. But yeah.
Yes. All right. So
in the boxing scene.
Yeah. By the way, that was that whole scene. The dude boxing for a minute and 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Before he stopped.
Quick question: why would you punch the hockey mask? The hardest part of his body. Why would you actually punch the hockey mask?
Well, I think he tried punching everywhere else. And it didn't work. So, he could have broken it, and then, it must have like this unbreakable mask of all time. But anyways, okay, so let's get to the episode. The episode opens with this, what we see is a commercial. And the funny part of it is the scent that this girl is talking about is called Ball Buster, which would not be politically correct these days. anyways, we're not going there. And the director is like, you got the part right now. It's you. I say it. And then it cuts to her with her agent. Then she's like, I didn't get the part. Why? Who got it? Who got it? And the agent's just being like, don't worry about it. Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, who fucking got the part? And he's like, some other bitch. And then she's like, who got it? And he says, your roommate, which is funny. And then she gets all upset, boo hoo hoo. She goes home and her roommate is all fucking happy. Yay, 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 yay. And she has a great rack in this episode. And
I did notice that.
And she goes to eat like all the upset girl tropes, brokenhearted. I'm gonna eat ice cream, and the bitch is like, that's mine. And she's like, yum. And she's like, wait, I got the part. Chick didn't even know she had the part. Played by Kathy Ireland it was, or Richard. Yeah, her. Yeah, super cute, super hot. Probably one of the girls that was on every young 90s, horny teenager's walls at one time. And she's like, I can't believe I got the part. And then she goes on to say, like, look, I got this beauty pageant. I already won. Friend of a friend said, bring this letter. And then she gets really jealous. And I mean, the other friend, the actress friend, gets really jealous and gives her tea. And they try to talk it out. Next thing you know, they're looking at each other and she falls faint. Oh, what happened? And then she starts talking shit, like straight up, like blah, 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 blah. And she's walking out the door, looks back, bitch is dead. And she's like, no, don't die, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, which would probably have been better for how she would have preferred to go. And next thing you know, it goes to the pageant area where they were going to be. And there's this creepy old dude there, and she gives the envelope and everything, like, you're the girl? He's like looking at it and looking at her like, okay. And then gets her own room and wardrobes, locker 7. And this other chick from another room goes in and says, look, I know what you did to get here. You slept, you slut, you dirty, Me Too shit. And then next thing you know, she gets really jealous and she comes in. The old man comes in and says, look, you're not what we're looking for. It's out of my hands. And said they gave it to the other chick, Priscilla. And then she goes find Priscilla and tries to say, look, this wasn't even my gig and blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, she kills Priscilla, strangling her with her pearls that she has around her neck. And I'm not talking about those other type of pearls, Ron.
You said the wrong name the whole time.
Yeah. But she got strangled by the pearl necklace, but not the one we all like. And
maybe you like.
I don't like it. That's disgusting. Anyway, so we're on to the show. You see what happened was,
my God, Jack.
The old man comes in and says, have you seen Priscilla? And she makes up this story.
Drusilla.
Like she's just, what?
Drusilla.
It sounded like Priscilla. Anyways, worse, that's why she died, her damn name. And then he says, okay, well, we can't find her. And she's like, she left. She just fucking left, you dumb old hag. And me too. And she's like, okay, whatever. And then he takes her to this like laboratory or something. And she starts like, this is not where I do my makeup. This is not it. Like, stop. And they give her this juice like from fucking, it looks like canister from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ooze, the Ooze one. And next thing you know, we see it cuts to this beauty pageant and where this dude's singing, and he starts singing about a corpse, like really getting into it. Like everybody's just like not phased. And then you see Miss Autopsy 1992. And then there she is. And then what happens is that thing is revealed. Yeah, it's not her boobs, which we were kind of upset with. And we see her intestine. And then it ends. And that is the show and the twist. There's a lot of murders. A lot of suspense. So Justin, you motherfucker, I hate you. You dick. Wow, when I didn't even notice, asshole. Yeah. And so let's go to the comic book comparison of Beauty Rest.
All right, sounds good. So actually, Barry, man, let me I guess I'll go through this a little bit, and you tell me if I've missed anything. So as far as going through, what we usually do is just compare the differences.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing that we're looking for, and obviously, like name changes and that stuff is kind of irrelevant for the majority of it.
Sorry, that's a distraction. I'm sorry. What the? Oh, corrupting my eyes here, man. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man. But so I guess as far as the actual differences goes, these women were not actresses in this, but there was a beauty pageant that was going on, and it was I guess a little bit more blunt with the comic book in a way, because even the beauty contest was called Miss Corpse.
Yeah. There's no kind of mystery with this though. With the episode, it's you just know something's not right. You know something. Obviously, it's Tales from the Crypt for once. There's going to be some kind of a twist, but the whole kind of she doesn't even know what she's going in for, what exactly it's for, and it's that whole kind of what is it? And it's like you said in the comic, they do blatantly say it's Miss Corpse,
right? Yeah,
it's like
it's pretty clear what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I guess there was a couple of other like subtle differences, like putting the sleeping pills in like warm milk, which I guess probably speaks more for the time. At least in America, like I don't personally know anybody who drinks warm milk. I'm not saying that people don't. But
Why I don't get it? Why warm milk? That's defeats the purpose.
Whenever I hear warm milk, I just think Nightmare on Elm Street, because that's what Nancy's mum offers to make her. She's like, warm milk, yuck, I don't understand it either.
Yeah. But, other than that, she also didn't realize that she killed Joyce right away either. She ended up leaving to go and do the beauty pageant, and when they went and did that, she won the beauty pageant, obviously, but then by the time she went home to get dressed and then go accept the award ceremony thing, that's when she found her dead and ended up having to call the police and everything like that. And it was still staged out the same way as staging a suicide though. But once she gets there and goes to the address that it was, she ends up getting pretty much ambushed by the undertakers and embalmers, and they're attacking with scalpels. And those are pretty much the main differences. They didn't go and show off the body and open it up or anything like that. But anyways, that wraps us up for talking about the TV show as well as the comic book. Barry, did I miss anything at all, man? Or was that pretty good?
I don't think so. Getting back to it's Jack, isn't it?
Yeah,
Jack. What Jack was saying in that, this episode did make me laugh. I'll admit, maybe it's my morbid sense of humor. The song near the end where he's singing about the dead body, and the commercial that it opens up with. The commercial Ball breaker, is it?
Yes,
Ball
buster. Sorry, that
same thing.
Yeah. I mean, dude, imagine if they really came out with a cologne called Ball Buster. What would it smell like? Straight
not in this day and age.
Wet and age or bad BO. I don't understand what it would be.
Yeah, I agree with Mimi Rogers as well. Looking rather nice in there, because she was actually married to Tom Cruise, wasn't she? For 4 years, I think, 3 or 4 years.
One of those.
They were before Nicole Kidman. Those two were actually together. I think they were involved in Scientology.
Yeah, probably. But hey, before we get talking too much about everything that we're doing with that, we should probably mute Jack, whose dumbass decided to walk off and make a shit ton of noise off this fucking screen like a dumbass. So there, I go ahead and mute that stupid fucker. And let's go ahead and I'll catch us up on these comments real quick. So, wow, we got a lot of these comments. Holy fuck.
It's so funny. Dude, see, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, dude, these comments. But no, yeah, it's hilarious.
All right.
Go ahead.
So we got Ron. Yeah, Takashi Miike. We got Ron. I'd rather watch Aftermath than Audition.
I don't get it.
It's a Spanish film, isn't it? Spanish short film.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
No.
Watch.
Okay, Barry. These guys thought it would be funny to show me that shit last time we were on, and like it was after the show in the green room. So
it was funny though. It was.
I found it. I found the link and I sent it to him. So I'm watching it, and they're just watching me for my reaction to this, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? I mean, oh my god, like. No.
I haven't seen it. I know what it's about, and the subject matter isn't really. Yeah, it's something that really makes me cringe. Yeah,
like there was a couple. Wait, which one was the one with the corpse? That was Aftermath, right?
Yes, that was
Aftermath. No. Now we're gonna have thousands of people Googling what that is. Trust me, if you're listening to this on a podcast later on, do not watch the short Aftermath.
My friend bought it. We went to HorrorCon in Sheffield a few years ago, and he actually found it on DVD. And he paid a pretty penny as well. He spent quite a lot of money on it. Not really my thing, but yeah.
Dude, I was.
There could be worse. So we got David chiming in. Jennifer Rubin was also in an 80s movie called Bad Dreams. That was sort of a rip-off of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. About a long time ago. Yeah.
Is it good? Is it good, Barry?
I was probably about 11, 12 years old. So I really can't remember much about it.
Wait,
but
is that it, or Deadly Games, or was it with the one with like the fox on it with the shotgun, the VHS? I still see it. Was that Deadly Games, or was it that one, Bad Dreams?
I'm not sure,
I
actually.
Googling it. Because I remember this VHS one, and it's like this fox something. I don't know what it was, and it was like the shotgun guy holding the shotgun. JB's looking up it. But here, I'll continue with some of the comments while he looks of it.
It's not Deadly Games. I'll tell you that much right now.
Sam said, Jack, don't tell your kids bedtime stories. LOL. You would leave after, and they would be like, "What the fuck was that?"
I like how you skip like 10 comments just to get the one that talks
bad.
about you.
Here we go.
We got David chime in. I prefer the original Wicker Man from the 70s. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
We got Sam chiming in. Damn it, Google. I'm tired of getting up for the shots. Hey.
Don't do it, Sam.
Yeah, you do it to yourself. You do it to yourself. Ron, I have a shirt with the punching decapitation on it. That is fucking awesome.
Friday the 13th. That was one of the coolest scenes in that movie.
Oh yeah.
From the franchise.
David chiming in. There seems to be many supermodels who appeared on the series, like Kathy Ireland in this episode. Angie Everhart, who was in Bordello Blood. Yeah. Well, I imagine hiring a supermodel for an acting role is probably cheaper than a higher end actress, and you'd probably be able to get them to take their clothes off a lot easier in the 90s. I'm assuming is what a lot of it came to.
We didn't get to see Kathy's though. Damn.
No, but countless others. We got see the score. Oh yeah.
That's your cat.
That's a very good description.
Slow down. She was on my wall, not stuck up there by tape. I swear if you looked hard enough. This episode is like a feminine version of Top Billing. It deals with the main character who is literally willing to kill to get a part.
Yeah, that's what we spoke about earlier. It is quite similar, and Top Billing is one of my favorites in my top 10.
Absolutely,
definitely. I really feel for John Lovitz in that. John Lovitz, because he hasn't got the look, and you just really feel for him. He's that scene in the beginning where he's pretending to kill her. They're staging that scene. Yeah, just great.
I recently saw John Lovett's cameo thing, and I felt really bad for the guy after seeing what I saw. He was a lot less than everybody next to him, but to me, he was way more famous, which was very surprising. Anyways, we got Sam chiming in. Jack, don't tell your kid bedtime stories. You wouldn't leave after, and they'd be like, "What the fuck was that?" Oh, you already said that one. Sam, Jack versus Justin on screen names. Yeah. Jack is what you call a cunt face. Speaking of Nightmare on Elm Street, Charles Fletcher, who was in the episode Werewolf Concerto, was also in the original. Yeah, exactly. And Werewolf Concerto is such a good episode.
Timothy Dalton.
Which season? What season?
Huh?
Yeah.
Which season is that? Werewolf Concerto. I'm not sure exactly what season it is. It's this season. Yeah, we got it actually. Yeah, probably a couple months.
When's my favorite episode with Joe Pesci? When's that? Is that coming up soon? Right? It should be.
Maybe we'll see.
Oh, is that Split Personality?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Duality, because it's
no, Split Personality.
Yeah, I also remember that one. Yeah.
That one's that's actually 2 episodes before Concerto. So I think that one's 11. Yes, that one's Ooh, that one's actually done by Joe. That was done by Joel Silver and Fred Decker as well, which is probably not that surprising. But we're not talking about that episode.
So I know we're not, Justin. Damn.
Anyways, we also got one last comment here, Ron, and don't forget Salo.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, Ron.
And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a small commercial break.
Fuck that movie.
Fuck you. But before we go ahead and take a commercial break, let's go ahead and promote our sponsor for this episode, House of Mysterious Secrets. And you can find them over at houseofmysterioussecrets.com. And you can use our discount code 4130, save 10% on some awesome horror merchandise over there. So we'll go ahead, take our commercial break, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Are you a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books? Then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways podcast. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music. Pants. Quoting video games that don't have dialogues. Shabibans. Tasty news.
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
Butt breathers. Uncomfortable nature facts.
Or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Reductopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we?
We sure do. So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
like me,
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Dorkening and Inebriar podcast networks, with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or any podcast player cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all things that make growing up awesome.
Everything about our food is changing. The way we cook it, the way we eat it, and the way we share it. And that's why I'm encouraging you to come and check out Pardon My Fork. Conveniently packaged in hour-long episodes and available anywhere you find your favorite podcasts and at pardonmyfork.com. We are talking to home cooks, chefs, Food Network stars, and world food champions. So cleanse your palate and come and get a heaping helping of Pardon My Fork.
Hello. This is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and ParanormalPunchers.com.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. A whole new season of spine-tingling tales.
For the first time in We're Not Afraid of the Dark history, we're actually going to watch a erotic scene
together. Just a couple brothers watching porn together. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, on air right now. This is the biggest plot hole I saw this, by the way. How in the fuck does she take him back in time for
But he made it a point to bump him. But no, I agree.
How do you not catch this?
I was drunk when I watched this.
Whoa, so were we. Yeah.
But yeah, there's just this giant fucking board right here ready to lock down.
Like it has hooks that you latch the fucking door to lock it.
She is on Mr. Skate Up, I'll link in the show there. She just and she's listed as great nudity. She's a red-haired girl. They say she has great natural tits.
See?
You seen her black people in this episode?
I like how she's exercising while eating it, and then she's in the bathroom taking a shit, reading the story, and the plates on the floor.
Man, this is also the first episode where our main characters aren't just a bunch of generic white kids.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. We are the world's greatest electroshock band, we destroy monsters, we drink booze, and we win championship belts. If you're not listening to Trick or Treat Radio, here's a taste of what you've been missing. There's 3 guarantees in life. What are they?
Death, taxes, and Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning.
This is one of the most convoluted movies I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Hey. Oh yeah.
It's like you took a shit on a pile of shit.
But you shit on him for liking what he likes.
Yeah, well, it's my job.
This podcast is now banned in Germany.
It's me, Giovanni Lombardo Radici.
Shut up! I call bullshit. I demand someone to bring me the face of Lindsay Lohan.
If I had genitals, I would definitely bang her.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fan person?
You just hit the jackpot.
This is a weird movie, huh?
It had action, it had suspense, it had great characters, it had great acting.
I'm gonna strangle you with my jockey shorts.
I don't like mobster movies.
Alright, well here's my take. You're a sick fuck.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Have you ever seen 2001?
The box, right? The box and the monkey.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and trickortreatradio.com.
Arrivederci, douchebag.
And welcome back to this exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast. I am JB here with Jackie Poo and our awesome co-host. Our awesome guest for this evening.
I've been promoted quick.
Yeah, Jack, I'm sorry, dude. You're out. Oh wow, and our viewers go up. No. Our special guest for tonight, Barry. So, anyways, we went ahead. We've chatted about this episode. We talked about the comic book and the differences there, as well as tons of other shit in between. And I guess now it's time to go ahead and say our final thoughts on this episode. And let's go ahead and give it a rating as well between 1 and 10. Jack, why don't you go ahead and lead that off, man?
Okay, I guess I will. I really like this episode. I thought this episode was it was very suspenseful in a sense, and I love the twists and turns, like of what a person would do for fame, and it kind of teaches you a lesson of the consequences of being so greedy in fame, with wanting the spotlight on you. Karma, like Barry mentioned earlier, it really, the karma of Tales from the Crypt, it really has a good lesson. It may be a fucked up lesson, but you get, you get it. And yeah. So my rating for this, it's not super high, but I'm going to give it a solid 6. Now for special effects and the gore, I would give it probably a good 9, but I think it's, a good 6. I'm going to say a 6 out of 10 for this episode. Yeah.
Well, that's fair, man. So Barry, why don't you go ahead and take it away yourself, man?
Great minds think alike. A good episode, not one of the greats, but certainly good. Like Jack said, I love the fact that it really kind of explores the cutthroat world and the competitive nature of the industry and so forth, and the lengths someone will go to try and achieve success. And a 6 out of 10 from me as well.
Very, very fair then. So, I guess with me, I am going to go ahead and I honestly think a 6 is being really fucking nice this episode. This episode is fun for what it is, I guess. The gore, this isn't one of the impressive ones for the gore, at least for me. I think something like Fitting Punishment had way better special effects in it. But that's my personal opinion. If I had to go ahead and rate this one, I'd probably give it a 5. It's a very, very middle of the road, very mediocre episode. It's not shit, but it's definitely nothing great either. It's very blah. There's not a lot to it. You know what I mean?
It's only the ending, really. The ending's the really memorable part, I feel.
Yeah,
and maybe the opening, the advert, the promote, the promotion thing. But getting back to the episode, we said that it's similar to Top Billing. I'm not sure what did you guys do a rating on that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't remember what I rated it. I really don't. I think I had to have given it at least an 8.
Yeah,
8 or a 9. The ones that get the highest for me so far is stuff like Fitting Punishment and Lower Birth. Those are some of my favorites so far. Yellow was good too.
Yellow was deep right there, man. And me as a veteran, Barry, over here in America, I'm a veteran, American Navy vet. And
do you know what they call somebody in the Navy here?
No. Oh, no, wrong one. Sorry, we're not going to go there. We aren't going to.
Stop being a bitch. So, Barry, I am here to help educate you a little bit with this. So, when you are in the Navy in America, you are technically a seaman.
Oh, okay.
Which is also a term used for, like male ejaculate, if you will. Now, Jack's last name just happens to be Hunter. So, he was Seaman Hunter. and then his job, oh my God. And he bragged to me one day. He's like, yeah, I was the youngest load master. So oh my God, the only thing in my head is, yeah, he's mastering all them loads on Seaman Hunter.
For the record, okay, Barry, for the record, my job was I worked on hovercrafts in the Navy, a special unit, and I was a load master, and it's because I had to do. Oh, shut the fuck! Here, I'm out. No. See, okay, so what I had to do was I had to do all the math equations with weight and everything, weight distribution throughout the covercraft, the landing deck, and we were the master of loads. Like we load them up, and I'm I'm out. I'm just done. It's a very. I was in charge of over 350 personnel. Okay, so fuck off.
And what did they have to call you? What did they call you?
The load.
Because you Seaman Hunter, the load.
How long did you do the job for? How long was you there?
4 years. 4 years.
4 years.
How many loads was that?
Fuck off.
It's like carry on Tales from the podcast there, isn't it?
We had 2 to 3 missions a week in those 4 years. So yeah.
Is that how many loads would be then? 2 to 4 loads a week?
God damn it, Justin. Shut the fuck up, bro.
You want to keep talking about it. You know exactly what I'm going to say every single time.
Yes, but you couldn't do the job.
We got people that are so interested. Yeah, you're right. I don't want that job. So we got Ron chiming in. I turned off Guar for this. I appreciate that. You might want to turn it back on though. No, we got Sam. I'll give it a 7. A little predictable, but not bad. Still entertaining. Love the twist. Ooh, change that, Justin. You're right. I agree. It's kind of blah. I'll say 6. Yes. He was a puddle pirate. Sam's just talking about Jack. Oh, it was special. All right. Ron says, LOL. Sam's chiming in, a special load. And then Ron wants to know, Jack, how long did you take loads? Well, that's 4 years. For 4 years, Seaman Hunter took loads. And
I
3 to
all
4
of you,
times a week.
except Barry. Except Barry.
So, I absolutely love it. But I guess it's pretty much time for us to go ahead and start wrapping up the show. So Barry, do you want to go ahead and tell everybody where they can go ahead and find you and subscribe to you? And I'll also go ahead and post these comments throughout the social medias, if you will.
Yeah.
So go ahead and take it away, Barry.
Yeah, I'm actually on YouTube. The channel's called Talk and Stalk. You'll see it's a picture of Michael Myers on there from Halloween 2018. I'm also on Spotify as well, and Google. Is it Google Tunes? I think it's called. I'm on about 4 or 5 platforms now, but YouTube is probably the main place. As I say, Talk and Stalk. Any support, any subscribe is just massively appreciated. Absolutely love doing it and plan on doing it for the foreseeable future as well.
Wow.
That's awesome, man.
I would love to chat with you about horror movies now.
You're more than welcome to come on. Me and Justin have said Justin's going to come on at some point.
Oh.
You two guys could come on together if you'd like.
No, he's still the show. He'll steal the show.
Yeah,
Jack doesn't.
Okay.
He wouldn't approve of the movie suggestions I given anyway. Jack's
Shut
more
up,
like,
I do.
I want to watch Midnight Kiss.
Oh.
But yeah, have I got you, Jack? Have I got you on Facebook? Or
I don't think so. I'll add you after the show. I'll give you my info.
Yeah, cool. All right, man.
So, anyways, though, Barry, thank you so much for staying up. So everybody knows, Barry stayed up. We took a nap, I believe, but
yeah,
it's pretty fucking late.
It's been I used to be a night owl. I used to go to bed 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Nowadays, I'm usually in bed by midnight. I'm not as hardcore as I used to be, but this has been great. What's that?
Are you a dad or your father?
I'm a stepfather, 2 little ones, one 10, 1 7. But I've absolutely loved doing this. This was worth getting up for. So
awesome.
Thank you so much, Barry. It's been a pleasure, brother.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to schedule a small segment every show with you then.
Oh, shit.
A 5-minute segment. What's going on with Barry at 5 a.m?
Can I also just quickly, there's a show that I absolutely love. It's an anthology, so it kind of ties into this, that I don't think gets enough attention. It's called Inside Number 9. It's a British show. It's coming up to its 6th season now. Fantastic show. Its reviews are great. It just doesn't really get that much attention. It's called Inside Number 9, full of twists and turns, and some episodes are more horror-esque, some are more thriller. Highly recommend it to anyone that's a fan of anthologies.
And where can we find that one? Yeah.
It could be on US Netflix. I'm not sure. It's on the UK Netflix. They've got the first 4 seasons on there.
I got Netflix.
Yeah, really recommend it. Great show.
Yeah. So for those who don't know how to use the UK Netflix, get ExpressVPN. It's easy. Hey man, I gotta help people watch the show. It's really hard, can't promote it if I can't tell them how to watch it. That's sure.
It. Yeah, exactly.
So we got Sam chiming in. He just subscribed. He looks forward to checking you out.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Season
for that.
7, the zombie episode. He should have come back for that one. Would love to hear his take on it. Might have to go out and get him on.
Season 7, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they actually move to the UK for filming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's
the weakest season certainly. I think.
Yeah. But anyways, dude, thank you so much for coming on.
That's all right. No
feel free to stay below if you want to chat after the show, man. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna drop you down, and we're gonna wrap this shit up real quick.
Yeah.
And Ron says, I'd also love to come on, Barry.
You would love to come on.
Yeah. I'm not sure what my fiance will think to that, but
Oh God, yeah, that probably sounds bad. Ron does a podcasting thing as well and some streaming stuff. So he's a good friend of the show. He's actually going to be on next week when I do my 2G1C episode, and we are going to be talking about trancers.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be a very fun episode. So anyways, I'm going to drop you down, Barry. Thank you so much, everybody. Please go check out Barry, and we'll chat later if you're still down there below. So,
Yes.
man, that was a fun one. Dude, Barry's a cool dude. I've been talking to him for a while, and this has been one of the episodes I've been really excited to do just because I really wanted to chat with Barry.
Oh, well, you know what? I think it went well. Barry seems like an outstanding person, and I am definitely gonna check out his podcast. You keep talking and sharing about it. I'm like, I'm so busy making movies and writing. I sometimes just gotta chill and just relax, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that very soon.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, it probably is, especially a Scream episode. I have to check that out. I already know if I go on a show, we're gonna be there for like 3-4 hours. Like you already know me.
Probably not.
No.
Let him pick the movie so you can watch something that you would never watch yourself.
You're an asshole.
Does that make me an asshole for opening up your eyes to more movies? If I wouldn't have done that, you wouldn't have watched what? Deep Red?
True Story and Black Christmas.
Right. And Psycho Gorman.
Yeah.
But I really thought you'd like that one. I know you're really into your hunky boys.
Yes, I love my men, like I'm looking in the mirror, this sexiness, but it just wasn't my
Look at that, Jack, just load it up.
No, Ron, no. Anyway, Justin, let's get to some of our sponsors for tonight before we go. I'll start it off. I know we got one at BlueRayUnderground.com. That's spelled BLUE RayUnderground.com, where they have new Blu-rays and unheard films that have been on never been on Blu-ray, and they have that on theirs for sale for their artwork, and the Blu-ray comes as like a bonus disc. So that's pretty awesome. Go check them out, BlueRayUnderground.com. We got you got more. You know more.
Yes. So we also got our one of our newer sponsors, House of Mysterious Secrets, and you can check them out over at houseofmysterioussecrets.com. Pretty fucking easy. They have lots of really cool horror merchandise. They have face masks, shirts, hats, toys, poster art. I mean, everything. And their discount code for us is 4130, and you can save 10% on your entire order. Yeah, that pretty much does it for this episode. Jack, do you have anything else before we get the fuck out of here?
We're gonna say hello to Alyssa. Alyssa's been waiting for the voicemails. She's one of our fans that is like, I want the voicemails, damn it.
Right.
So
But she's also one of those fans that's like, but I'm gonna wait till you're about just there to be in live and then send them to you. And I didn't get it ready, so unfortunately you're gonna have to wait for voicemails because I decided to be a lazy piece of shit this week.
Yeah, so everyone, if you want to send us a voicemail or call Justin and blow him up because he does not know how to turn off the voicemail ringing thing, you can call us at 419-469-5172. Again, 419-469-5172.
Bug me at all hours of the fucking day.
Just keep calling every day. Leave a voicemail just to be like, "Hey, Justin."
I really, really hate the fact that you actually know that I actually get a notification for every fucking call now.
Yeah, it's so funny. So call him up and just talk his head off. Like, hey, what are you wearing?
And you know what? I believe you because obviously you know all about blowing things, mainly loads.
Yes. So, anyways, check out Jack Hunter Productions LLC on Facebook. Static, Jack Hunter Static. We got some exciting things coming. We also have a couple giveaways coming up from Tales From the Podcast that I'm excited to do, and I'm sure Justin is as well. So
Right.
stay tuned, guys.
And go ahead, check out our website over at talesfromthepodcast.com. Check out our Twitter over at Tales From the Pod, our Instagram, our Facebook page. Go and subscribe to our YouTube, please. We are always wanting more subscribers there. You can find us at youtube.com/talesfromthepodcast 2G1C. Pretty simple, no spaces. And we appreciate each and every one of you guys. So
Yeah, absolutely. And give us a good rating on iTunes also, guys. If you're listening, go on iTunes right now.
We'd love that. Yeah.
Yeah, type that 5-star rating.
If you go ahead and give us a 5-star rating, go ahead and message me on Facebook, send me a picture of it and your address, and I'll send you a pretty cool sticker. Want to just jack? No, I'm joking. Nobody wants that. But anyways, with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.